Okay, so you have your workpiece and you have marked it out on all three sides, and you can clearly see your waste on those three sides. You then take your work and you put it into a wood vise, nice and secure. You're then going to take a tenon saw and you are going to mark your work. Now, when you're going to cut your work, when you cut your work, you do not cut on the line. You move your saw so it's cutting on the waste side of the line, so that you can still just about see the marked line. The waste is going to end up on the floor as waste, and you never ever ever cut into the good wood. If you cut into your good wood, the join will be, the finger joint will be sloppy, and it won't look very good, and it won't be very strong. It won't have that interlock. So you take your wood and you put it into the vise. You take your saw and you always hold a tenon saw with your finger extended, and you walk up to your piece. Position your saw on the waste side of the wood, and you put your finger on the side of the saw and you just pull it towards yourself, and you pull it towards yourself about 3 times. 3 is the magic number. Okay. You do that before you start cutting. It creates a little tiny nook, and that nook is going to hold the saw in place. If I didn't do that, the saw would be sliding around and it would ruin your work. Now you've got that, you can start using more of the saw, go from the back to the tip, and you're watching the line. So as the saw comes down, we now have a line that's been landed just to the waist side of that line. When we have that, we're ready to start using the whole of the saw, tip to toe. Now we can start cutting. Now, you want to stop and check that you have not, like here, gone slightly into the waste, into the good wood. It is very easy to do. So you need to make sure, as you're cutting, that you look over there and down here all the time. And you can go nice and slow, is no problem. And you stop when you get there. It is very easy to think that you've stopped on this line here, and the other side you notice that you've gone too far. That is why we draw the marked lines on both sides.